If you are a coach looking for more coaching clients, this is the place for you. Now, you probably got here because you're specifically looking for how do I get more coaching clients using Facebook groups. Facebook groups are really cool because they gather people together that have a similar interest, have something in common together. And if you understand who your ideal client is, you can look for Facebook groups that are likely to be filled with those people. And if you do this right, you can literally build your entire coaching practice just on being a part of other Facebook groups. Now, I like to think about these groups as communities. These are communities that you're getting to be a part of, and they're communities that are filled with your ideal client. Now, for me, I've been in the speaking and coaching world full-time for 13 years now, and I've been using this strategy for 7 or 8 years. And I can tell you that the vast majority of my coaching clients have come from Facebook groups. Now, in this video, we're specifically talking about how to get coaching clients using groups that already exist. We can have a different video about how to use your own Facebook group to get coaching clients. Now, I personally run a group called the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network. We have 14,000 members, and it gives me a very unique view on this topic. See, a lot of people, they want to use Facebook groups to get coaching clients, and what they do is they go into those Facebook groups and they just spam every single person in that group. Truthfully, you can do that. No one can actually stop you. They might kick you out of the group, but no one can actually stop you. But here's the thing. It has diminishing returns in a lot of different ways. One of those diminishing returns is you just don't have the know, like, and trust factor with those people when you're just using spamming approaches. But on top of that, if there's a group owner, they're likely to have influence over these people. They're likely to have some level of influence over the people inside of the group. And if they feel like you are spamming their group, they want nothing to do with you. So that is not what this video is about. This video is not about scraping data and spamming people. This video is about actually becoming a valued part of a community that already exists and how you can get clients from being a part of that community. All right, let's jump into this. By the way, my name is Jake Ballantyne. If this is the first time you viewing one of these videos, I'm excited that you're here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Can't wait to see you in more of these videos coming up. But let's get started with the idea of, number one, we got to join the right groups. You're not just joining any group, because it's not going to work if you're just joining any group, because if you do the right things with the right people, you're going to get the results that you want. But if you do the right things, even if they're the perfect things, but they're with the wrong people, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to help you because it's not filled with your ideal clients. So we got to understand, who is it that you're working with? And now go and do your research and find those groups that exist. Once you find those groups, now you need to go and you need to join those groups and start figuring out how this group works. What are the rules of this group? What are the dynamics of the group? What's this community like? What is the culture like in this community? And what you're going to find is, if you participate in that group like the group is set up, you're going to be welcomed in. If you join a group and you're trying to kick against the way that they do things, nobody's going to want to have you a part of that. So you want to be able to go with the flow with what's their energy. Is this a group that is a little bit softer in their communication, or is it a group that's really about, hey, we just say it how it is? If you want some more information on this, read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie. It's a classic book, but you really want to look at this and understand, what is this group about? What do they do in this group? What's the dynamics of this group like? Understand the rules. Do those things before you start participating. Then we're going to get to the second point that I have here. And that second point is, become an active participant. Don't just come into the group just to share your thing and leave. Become an active participant in this group. By the way, I think 5 groups maximum is what you should be doing this with. You might start with 10 or 15, but you're just going to do that to narrow it down to 5. And my reason why I say 5 is really, when it comes down to it, I just don't think you have time to do more than that if you're going to do it properly. So what does it really mean to be an active participant in the group? So of course, you want to be a participant in group discussions. You want to celebrate people when they have a win that they're sharing. You want to contribute to the conversations. You want to share your content, but don't share the kind of content that's just saying, hey, look at me. You want to really serve that group. By the way, I run a group and then I'm in a bunch of other groups. When I see a post in my group and then I see the same post from the same person in 7 other groups, I go, I don't really care what that person's saying because I know that they're just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Where if there's someone who's being an active participant in that group, I can put them on. I can give them a lot more attention if they bother to build a relationship. So that's kind of a bonus thing. Find a way to build a relationship with the owner of the group. And if you can create a win-win situation with that owner of the group, they're going to promote you. They're going to get you in front of people. They're going to engage with you, and that makes a huge difference. So be an active participant. And when I say be an active participant, we're getting to the third thing here. It's focus on giving real value. Give real value in this group, not just looking at this as direct marketing. You're not wanting to go and make posts inside of this group where every day you're making a post in the group and what you're doing is you're saying, hey, here's my hook, my story, and my offer. I love Russell Brunson, but this is not the place. In fact, he says, don't do that in these groups. You're just giving real value. This is about awareness so they see you in the community. Give your best stuff, share it in the community, share those things. So create valuable posts. And I would recommend even up to once a day, putting some kind of valuable post inside of those, inside of the group. You don't want to have calls to action. Do not have direct message me if, like in my group, when I see that, we immediately delete it because we have no problem with people coming into the group and networking with others, building their network, and then eventually getting clients from it. But we do not allow people to come in and directly market to the group, even if what they're doing is kind of an incognito way of marketing. We've seen it all. And most group owners are going to say the same thing. Like if someone's saying, hey, send me a direct message if ... typically you're going to get deleted. The comment, the post is going to get deleted. And then on top of that, they're going to ban you from that group. So you want to play nice there. And like I said, a bonus situation or a bonus suggestion is build a relationship with that group owner that can go really far. And if you're providing valuable content every day, that's going to make a big difference. So give valuable content. Look at what they're actually looking for. Look at the questions that people are asking. Pay attention to what's going on. You should be reading everything that's going on inside of that group. If you're reading everything that's going on inside of that group, you're going to discover that there's some common questions. So you want to give real value inside of the group. And then the second part of that is every day I suggest making at least 3 meaningful comments inside of that group. So you look at other posts that people have, make 3 meaningful comments about, oh, that's not just, oh, that's interesting. Give a real meaningful comment where it's a yes and, or where it's, I actually experienced something like that before. I totally agree. This not be a place to be combative. You want to be a part of this community, not someone who's coming in and ruffling feathers. You want to be a valued part of this community because this community has your ideal clients on it. And when people participate with you and you want to be there long term, this isn't a short-term strategy. If it was a short-term strategy, sure, controversy could work. But if you're too controversial, you'll get kicked out of the group. They don't want that. They don't want someone who's just coming in and ruffling feathers all the time. You want to be a valued part of this community. So offer value, give value in a post maybe once a day, and then every day go in there and make comments inside of that group so that people actually see you. And that could be a really big thing. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the way that we think about Facebook groups. If you think about a Facebook group as a group on a platform called Facebook, we start to get really transactional. And what we're looking for is, how do I get in? How do I market my stuff? And how do I get what I'm looking for? But if you think about this as a community that someone spent a long time to build, like in my case with my group, it spent years on building up this group. So if somebody built this community, not only did they build this community, but they built what really has become a family for a lot of people. Like I think about some of my very best friends in the world came to me because of this group that I created over years of time and effort. So we want to treat this group with respect. We want to treat this group in a way that they would appreciate. But I want you to think about it a little bit differently. This is an online networking event. This is not a place to go market your stuff. This is an online networking event, and it just so happens to be a Facebook group. If you were at a networking event, you would not go around just saying, hey, do you want to buy my stuff? Do you want to buy my stuff? Do you want to buy my stuff? I hope you don't, because that's not going to work. That's not how you would do things. What would happen is you would show up to that networking event, and like many networking events, oftentimes you have like 30 seconds to share a little bit about who you are and what you do. Okay, those are the valuable posts that you're making. Then from there, people mingle with each other. These are the comments that you're making comments there. Then on top of that, what happens is now we start kind of mingling, going off into, maybe there's a break and people are going into the hallway. And in that situation is when you start really talking with someone and saying, hey, I saw that comment you made. I thought it was really interesting. Tell me more about what you're thinking there. Now, the hallway, this is direct messenger. So if you have an engagement with someone, you make a post, they make a comment, you go back and forth a couple times. There's nothing wrong with taking that over into direct messenger and having a real conversation at that point. As a group owner, I have no problem with people networking, building relationships, and that turning into clients. What I have a problem with is when people come in and just use the group as spam, and I know there's nothing I can do about it. People will do it, and they'll always do it. But the second I find out about it, they're banned from the group. And that's the thing that happens with every other group that's out there. The moment someone finds out you're doing that, you're banned from that group. So that's not how you want to do things. You want to do things in a way where you're actually acting like a human. You're building a real connection with people. You're building a real relationship with people. You're using the group as a networking event. And then like that networking event, direct messenger is the hallway. And just like at a networking event, if you were having a conversation with someone in the hallway and you had a great conversation, then it was time to go back in, what would you say? Hey, you know what? This has been awesome. How about we continue this offline? Let's set up a call sometime and let's continue this. I want to learn more about you, and then you can learn more about me, and then we can continue that conversation. So this is something that most people don't think about. They don't think about it in that way. They just think about, how do I get leads and clients from the Facebook group? What I'm saying is choose your groups wisely. From there, participate in those groups, give real value, make real comments, start real conversations, then take those conversations into the metaphorical hallway, the proverbial hallway. You're going in there. Now you're having a conversation with someone, learning a little bit more about them, finding out what's going on. Now you invite them to a call where you can further that conversation and learn even more about them. So you're inviting them to a connection call. Now, when you get someone on a connection call, what you're trying to find out is there something we can do together? Does this make sense? Can we work together? Can I even help you with what's going on? Make a connection call, a real connection call. I've always said to all my clients, to all our salespeople, you never want to trick someone into a sales call. This shouldn't be like a ninja sales thing. You're not looking at that. You don't want to trick someone into a sales call, meaning a connection call is a connection call and a sales call is a sales call. So don't try to turn a connection call into a sales call, because that's not what they signed up for. You said, hey, we should continue this call so I can learn more about you and you can learn more about me. Make it that. When you get on that call, if you find out that there's something that you can do there, now the next level that I believe you should do that has worked very well for us is to take those conversations. If they're the right fit, now we say, hey, you know what? What you're going through, that's something I work with all the time. I can absolutely help you with that. I would be more than happy to offer you a free coaching session where we can work on that. I go, oh yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, no problem. Totally free. By the way, if there's a good fit and if you're interested, we may talk about some options of working together afterwards. But right now, I just want to help you with that particular issue. So you're going to get onto that coaching session. You're going to do a great job in that coaching session. I'll do another video all on sales when it comes to how to convert that from that coaching call into that, do you want to work together? Our sales method is very low pressure. In fact, we even call it the give method of sales. So it's about giving, giving, giving. And the ask is very simple. It's just, would you like help with that? Is that something you would like help with? And if you do, then we can talk more details. But it's very, very low pressure. But if you go through these steps, if you find the Facebook groups that have the right people in it, you actively participate in that group, you make posts, you make comments. On top of that, you network with people, you connect with people, you send friend requests, you accept friend requests. Then from there, if you take the conversation from the group to Messenger, from there, invite them onto an individual connection call. If there is good rapport and if they have desire and they actually have something that you can help them with, now you're going to offer them a free coaching session where you're going to help them with that particular issue. And then from there, you're going to ask them, would you like help with that? Now, there's a really great book called The Prosperous Coach, Rich Litvin, and I don't remember the name of the second author, but you can look it up. Rich Litvin, The Prosperous Coach. One of the things that he talks about in that book is this process, and it's a process that works very, very well. The process is looking at how you can go have a coaching session with someone, simply ask them the question, would you like help with that? And that is really as intense as the sales process goes. Once they say yes, now you talk about details of it. But if you want to get into more of that, you can check out that book. I'm also going to make a video about some of those things there. Now, in that book, they talk specifically about being a referral-only coach. I think that can be really cool. That's not how it worked out for me. Doing these things combined with the sales strategies found in that book made a massive difference for me. One other thing that I forgot to say earlier is you got to make sure that you optimize your personal profile, because people are going to see you in that group, and before they connect with you, they're going to click on your name, they're going to go over to your profile, and they're going to do some Google sleuthing. They're going to go, who is this person? What are they about? What do they got going on? So you want to optimize your profile so that when they come to your profile, they immediately know who you are, what you got going on, what you care about. Are you the kind of person that they want to be talking to? So what you want to use, you got that banner up top. That banner up top, you want to make sure that banner represents you as a coach. You can even have, helping these people do this, helping moms do whatever it is. So you just say whatever your ideal client is and what you help them with, put that in that banner so that they go, this is the kind of person that I actually want to be talking to. This is the kind of person that has the value that I'm looking for. And then make sure that your content that you're posting there, it shouldn't be something where there hasn't been a post in 6 months. There should be something in there at least once a week that's coming up. Your bio should be connected to what you do. You want to make that profile something that actually makes sense there. So anyway, I hope that this has been helpful. I can tell you this, the things that I'm talking about here absolutely work if you do them and do them consistently. Not just every now and then, but you do them consistently. Also, this will not get you there overnight. This is not a quick fix, but I can promise you that if you do what we're talking about here consistently, this will build a 6-figure coaching business. If you do it every now and then, it's probably not going to do much at all. But if you want to build a 6-figure coaching business, actually helping people, actually making a difference without spending a ton of money on advertising, without spending a ton of money and energy on a whole team of people, you can absolutely do that just by using this approach. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got value out of this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. And if you haven't already, like the video, please subscribe to the channel, make a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Jake Ballantyne. Last thing I want to say is just remember this. There are people out there who need your message. And if you're not going out there and doing the work that it takes to get in front of those people, then they're always going to be dealing with those issues and wishing that someone like you came along. So when you get tired of doing the marketing, when you get tired of doing the business things, just remember that there's real people on the other side that need your help.